Hello investors, welcome to Chart Shastra. Today is day 19 of our 100-day price action challenge. Coming to the markets action, Nifty closed 0.7% up. We have seen a very drastic fall on the Friday rate. In fact, we have been worried that the market is not looking good. Today, let's see, the index level is up 0.7%, but the performance came from all the stocks or only the heavyweights. If you look at Nifty Junior, which is Nifty next 50 stocks, it isn't up much. It is only up 0.3%. It clearly indicates that the stronger heavyweights have moved the index today. Even the Nifty 100 is almost similar to Nifty 50 because the Nifty 50 stocks have a very huge weightage in the Nifty 100. If you look at Nifty midcap names, it was up 0.7%, but the entire midcap index was only up 0.212%. It means that most of the midcap names did not well today. They did not participate well. In fact, the small cap index has purchased this trend line and took a support here. It was down 0.5%, whereas the Nifty microcap index is still down another 1% here. So there is a weakness still persisting in the mid cap, small cap, and micro cap names. But we have seen a little bounce in the large cap names. Coming to the sectoral analysis, Bank Nifty was very strong today. It was up 1%, both supported by the private banks 0.9% and PSU banks 1%. But there was no participation from IT stocks. Although the IT index is flat, but still, I have expected that if it is a strong sector, it should ideally participate in such rallies, right? The auto name was very weak again. Here you can see that it was down and almost taken out this support level here. Reality was very strong. It was up 1.5% today. In fact, it was very high in the morning, but the closing was not as great as expected today. There was still the sellers came in the last 3-4 hours of the trading session and pushed them down. Pharma is still looking good. It is not getting impacted by this volatility. It's a good sign. Infra is also trying to recover. FMCG has been really good today. In fact, there is one stock name we would be discussing in the individual stocks. It is actually acting well of all the FMCG names. The same story applies to telecom. It is also showing weakness, whereas Nifty Healthcare is flat. Now let's start our analysis with our daily Nifty 100 stocks. Starting with Reliance, it was up 1%, but you see here, Nifty was down from this level. The trend is very weak as of now in the Reliance too. TCS has taken this previous low, but barely closed at this level. Although it looks flat, but today it was a volatile session in TCS too. Coming to HDFC Bank, there was a strong bounce in HDFC. You can see here, right? It was up 1.7% almost and closed exactly at the 1800 level. It is a good sign. Let's wait and watch. We might expect some consolidation here. We don't want a quick, sharp recovery here because that is not usually sustainable. Same thing is happening in the Bharati Airtel too, consolidating sideways. Again, banks were showing strength. ICICI Bank to a little bit flat today. Infosys, there was actually no strength here or the buying force today happened here. Let's wait for a few more days and take decisions on this. SBI too, same story just like HDFC. Look at ITC, this is actually very interesting chart here. This was the stock I was mentioning in the beginning of the video. The stock did not correct much, but even today we are seeing some good volumes and also the stock was up 2% today. So let's keep this under the watch list. If it breaks above this 480 level, I think we can closely watch this name. As of now, just keep in mind that ITC is also recovering well. But if you look at Hindustan Unilever, there is no sign of room of improvement here, right? The same story applies to LIC. HCL Tech, one of the stronger names, is almost down 0.5% today. Nothing to worry here. Still, it is respecting these levels, and the 50 moving average is still trending up, and the signs are showing looking very good. It is actually one of the least impacting names in the Nifty 100. L&T again, there is a little bit of correction. You are seeing a common theme here, right? The Friday's candle was very large, and all the today's range was within the Friday's range. This is nothing but today is an inside day formation in most of the stock. Sun Pharma still consolidating here. We told you that we will be looking this name very carefully, and if it breaks out this 1800 level, it is a good to go name. So keep closely watching Sun Pharma. Bajaj Finance, nothing interesting here. NTPC, one of the very weak name, right? In fact, it is the name we have shorted somewhere around here. The stock was down around 6%, still not recovering here. Axis Bank has literally broken out of this trading range, and look at here, no major participation, right? Whereas HDFC tried to recover more than half, Axis Bank didn't. That is the sign of the weakness here. Maruti too, again, we told you that it has been barely taking support at these levels. If this level is broken out, we might see another leg. So please be careful when you are taking positions in auto, or do not play reversal here. So only take positions when there is a confirmation in the auto space. Kotak Bank too, nothing special here happening sideways. Mahindra and Mahindra, we saw the breakdown on the Friday. Again today, no big of action happened on this stock. If we come to ONGC, which is the next name, again, there is still the weakness is persisting in this name. Tata Motors to look at here. This was the breakdown, right? The stock is still very weak here. It is not acting much stronger. So it is still a position which you can short or buy a put option worthy stock. Ultratek Cement, nothing happened here. Same kind of story repeating inside a candles. Adani stock still getting weaker, slowly sliding down. Power grid, you can see the stock has taken support here. So let's draw a line here. This would be the next most important support for power grid, which is 310. If the stock breaks below this level, I think it would start to fall further more. So carefully observe those levels. Titan, nothing interesting happening here. Bajaj Auto still it is very weak, right? Almost approaching this 8500 support level. The auto space is very weak. So let's ignore auto names for few days. Adani Ports to same story, slowly sliding down. Coal India to again one of the very weak name we have been seeing. See, if these stocks are stronger, they should ideally bounce back today, at least in such short covering kind of rally. But again, Asian Paints to same story, very weak. Wipro, look here, it tried to move up, but there is no significant buying in the IT space today. That's why we are not seeing, although it is up 1%, which is decent, but still, if it is a strong name and if there is strong buying force, we should break this 315 level very soon enough by the end of this week. Hindustan Aeronautics is not looking great now. Let's wait and watch in this name for a few more days. Again, Bajaj Finso getting very weak. I think we can call this as the support. This is the most recent support, 1560. It is exactly hanging at this level. Any weakness would increase another fall here. DMart also nothing. There is a major overheat supply here. All the people who bought it here were literally waiting for their price to come back. So we might not expect very strong move in the DMart. Let's hope that at least it stops its correction and consolidates for a little while. Brent again one good name, but see here you can see that most of the closings are very weak today. There is not enough buying support. Adani Green too not looking good. Siemens in fact it has very bad guidance and today it has taken support at this 6600 and bounced back. Let's see how this happens. Would it consolidate here and break down below or would it again go back up? JSW Steel too again nothing interesting here happening. Adani Power still very weak name here. Zomato, we have told you, right? This is getting weaker and weaker. This was a good price action, and today it has tried to break above this close, but it had failed today. In fact, it was down 3%. I think we have to take our exit here. This is not looking good in Zomato. If you haven't taken exit, wait for 1 or 2 days. But I think we are done from our entry point somewhere. Our stop loss is 4%, 4 to 5%. So this might be an exit in the Zomato. It is getting weaker and weaker, and I do not like how it is getting weaker. Nestle again still very weak. See, it is slowing, sliding down slowly. IOC too, nothing interesting here. Bharat Electronics, nothing interesting happening here too. Varun Beverages still going sideways. Geo Finance, see no major improvement in price action here. To DLF, there was a good attempt here, but the closing is not as great as it was in the morning. Although the stock is up 1.5% today, but still nothing, no major improvement here. Vedanta, you can see again, this is also getting weaker and weaker. All the strong names are getting weaker in such market. Grasim to it has taken support at this level, now trying to move up. IRFC still weak, no buying force here. Probably this move which happened here might be just some due to a news based or a little bit of bottom buying, but it doesn't look like the strength is exist in IRFC. LTIM again becoming very weak, right? See, in fact, this has been one of the strongest name, and you can see how the sentiment of the stock changes within 2 to 3 days. That's why we have to be very careful. We have to be strict with our stop losses, especially in such market conditions. Indigo acting very good here. In fact, if there is a breakout, you might take a negative position, but I won't suggest you now because let the market condition improve. You can take a pilot position just to test the market sentiment. Tech Mahindra, this was a major breakdown. Again, look at here. It was the previous support, right? And it got rejected today here. SBI Life still looking very weak. Pidilite again looking very weak. Not at all looking great. ABB, the power sector theme has been seeing some kind of selling pressure. So try to avoid power names too now. Again, Divi's Lab, it is going consolidation, sideways consolidation. No inherent trend here. Let's wait for some buying force. HDFC Life too getting weaker and weaker. Hindalco trying to do a reversal, but see, this would be our support line. And in fact, Thursday it has taken support at these levels. Anytime it came around 600, this would act as a good support levels. So let's see. As long as the stock is above this level, it is good. But otherwise, there would be seeing some sharp selling. PFC2 again becoming weaker and weaker. Britannia, although not as good as other, you see, ITC was acting very well, but look at these FMCG names. Still no inherent sector. Ambuja Cement, nothing new here, no major development. Same with GAIL to Tata Power getting weaker and weaker. See, that's why I've told you. Power stocks are getting weaker and weaker. So it is not really a great time to add power names. Let's wait for a few more days. Let's see the bottom happening signs and only then we can add. REC2 not looking much great here. Motherson Sumi still it is hanging at this crucial till here the stock was taking support at this 159 160 levels. Right now it would be acting as a resistance. That's how the support and resistance usually shift in the market. So the new resistance would be the previous support and the previous support would become the new resistance too similarly. BPCL again, same story, nothing, no major development here. Godrej Consumer still very weak name, no buying here. See, the stock is continuously falling from this level to almost, we have seen 31% correction and still the stock looks much weaker. Eicher Motors again sideways. Bank of Baroda taking action today. But if you look on the chart, it doesn't look very great, right? So let's wait for a few more days. We have waited patiently here. We did not get the entry. And look at here. Again, the stock has bounced back to this range. If there is an inherent strength, all the buyers would ideally absorb this supply over here. Then the stock would move up. Cipla not looking good. JSW Energy too not looking great here. TVS Motor, you can see again hanging at this crucial support. If this support is broken out, again the stock would go down. Common Pharma, one of the stronger names. See, you are seeing a difference here, right? After a very long series of charts, we are seeing some chart which is on the right corner of this place. It means that the stock is moving up. It is a good sign. So, Pharma is acting or at least holding up in this correction or volatile times. So, keep closely watching Pharma names too. Sriram Finance, again, not looking good. Cholamandalam, in fact, look at Cholamandalam. It has broken down today. Last Friday, we have told you that watch this level, which is 1180, right? And in fact, it has broken down to them. So, Chola is not at all looking good. So, try to stay away from Chola. Bajaj holding very strong up move here, right? 3.5%. So, it's a healthy sign. Let's wait whether this 300 11,300 level is taken out. Then we can think of taking entries. But keep Bajaj holding in your watch list. Adani, nothing interesting here. Punjab National Bank. Look at Bank of Baroda and Punjab National Bank. There is a clear difference in this stock. So Punjab National Bank is also looking weak. See, this is another new name which is popping up, which is Dr. Reddy's, again a very large pharmaceutical company. But in having this most recent volumes, you can see here, right? This is highest quarter volume, highest volume in the quarter. Last Friday and Thursday, it has seen some major buying. So keep holding and at least watch this name very closely because it is one of the name which gets benefited from rupee weakening. So almost 60-65% of its business comes from North America. That's why I guess the stock is holding up. So the reason could be anything, but since the chart is looking good, it is well. United Spirits, nothing to worry here. Still, it is acting well. You can put a stop loss of somewhere over here. Lodha too, again a very strong day, 2.8%. In fact, it almost reached this previous high, but the closing was weak. But look at the volumes today, 2.5 million volumes, usual, normally last 3 days volume is some lower than today's volume. It means that during the updates, there is a momentum in this name. So watch the Lodha too again. iPro life insurance, we have short here. It is heading down as perfectly as planned. The next support we would see somewhere around 630 here. It might come here and take a little bit of rest. Levels too not looking good. I told you the power stops or the electrical names. I'll try to stay away. Bosch also getting weaker and weaker. Auto names are not doing good. Apollo Hospital is still holding up. That's a good sign. Hospital stocks are still acting, although in mid cap and small caps there has been some pressure in the hospital names, but they are acting very well as of now. Zydus Life, see again, very long downtrend now consolidating. So this is what the signs of bottom should look like. It should not form a new low here. It should consolidate, let the buyers absorb all this selling pressure, and then if it starts moving up, we can say that the stock has bottomed out. Hero Moto Gapsi again, very weak, forming new lows today again, down today. Naukari also tried to attempt here. It's a good, fair attempt. As of now, looking good, Naukari too. Tata Consumer, very weak. Dabur too, again, very weak, but let's see, it has taken support. I've told you that this is one of the most important support levels for the dollar. If it breaks this level, there is no hope for the stock left. As long as it respects these levels and come back, we can expect some kind of bottom formation or a little bit of reversal in dollar. This is a general number you can see here, very weak today also. In fact, the volumes were very high. No major improvement. Looks like a start of new leg. Jindal still had seen a very volatile day today. In fact, it tested all the way to this 883, but again bounced back. Let's see how does this look. Sri Cement again, one of the names which we have been seeing daily. This would be the support levels, this 26,700. Let's see if there is a bounce back or not in the stock. As of now, the stock is still about 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. So far, so good. Canara is still acting very weak. See, this new trend line would act as resistance here and the slide would start going down. Union Bank not looking good, although bit price action. IndusInd again, ignore this name. Don't get distracted by this one day single move. Adani Total Gas, nothing interesting here. NHPC, same story. BHEL finally it came up here. If it goes above this level, which is 240 level, we can officially close the trade because the stock looks like it is not getting weaker. So if you are taken short position, you can take 250 as the resistance, new resistance. And ECTC, nothing major improvement here. So if you see the entire theme for the day is mostly an insider day candle, right? Most of the stocks have been trading within the Friday range. The next few days there won't be much action because this is the last week of the December, and since it is a holiday season, the volumes would be dropping. There won't be much action happening in the last 10 days usually. So try to stay away from the market still, and If you think there are one or two setups which are forming very good, only take little positions and test the market. Then you can, once you get the feedback from the market, you can actually go full on with them. So that's it for today, guys. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, Chat Shastra. Thank you. See you tomorrow.